is Miss Alyssa, and I'm with 21st Century in Pasco. And I am going to be reading you the story today, The Cool Bean by Jory John and Pete Oswald. The Cool Bean. Watch out. Here come the cool beans. The cool beans. Oh yeah? Check out how they move. Look at the way they swagger. Notice their sunglasses? Yow! The cool beans are known all over school, from house to house, across town, beyond country lines. In the olden days, last year, we were all one big pot of beans. We were a mixed bag, but somehow it worked. Yep, those were the good old days. And then we stopped seeing each other as much. That's just how it is sometimes. You spend less time together even though you're not totally sure why. I watched as the beans I knew so well, the beans from my own pod, became the cool beans. Oh yeah, they were so cool. One of them could play guitar. Cool. One of them could draw one of the best superheroes. Cool. One of them could jump higher than any bean I'd ever known. Cool. Me? Well, I mostly stayed the same. Sure, I made some small changes. Like, I wore sunglasses. I slicked my hair back. Too slick. I strutted around. Ow. I swaggered. Oof. I was still picked last for everything. My clothes never seemed to fit. I snorted when I laughed. I walked into stuff. I was an uncool bean for sure. I started thinking of myself as just a common bean, with no special skills. I couldn't compete, so I didn't even try. I'd never be a cool bean. It seems like there were two types of beans in the world. There were the cool beans and the beans like me. The days all blended together. I lived my life and things were just okay. I took tests and ate lunches and mostly kept to myself. The cool beans continued being cool. I mean, sure, I missed them a bit. It's not like I was going to say anything. I felt like all that coolness had gotten in the way of our friendship. And that's how it went until one day. I was in the cafeteria. I dropped my lunch on my loafers. Oh no, not again. But then something sort of miraculous happened. Out of nowhere, one of the cool beans helped me clean it up. He didn't even try to say anything. He just gave me a nod. That was it. Later, I was out on the playground. I tripped and scraped my knee and maybe cried a little bit, and everybody saw it. Another one of the cool beans came to my side, and without a word, he dusted me off. That afternoon, I was sitting in class. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't notice, but our teacher had called on me. Everybody stared. I sat there in silence. Nobody said anything. And then, Everybody just laughed at me. That was it. After today, I was officially a has-been. But then one of the cool beans stood up, came over to me. Everybody watched. She leaned in close and whispered, "Hey, the teacher asked you to read from page 32. Then she gave me a quick wink and went back to her seat." It was a small gesture, sure, but it was also everything. I walked home with a goofy smile on my face. I smiled all the way through dinner. That day made all the difference. It was a day that could have been really bad if not for the kindness of a few cool beans. It gave me a shred of confidence. That shred of confidence has continued to grow. Somebody had my back, or a few somebodies. After that, I started hanging out with the cool beans again. How have you been? Get it? How have you been? Not all the time, but sometimes. At lunch, after school, even on the weekends. Throughout all of this, I realized that it's not about how you look or any of that other silly stuff. It's about a wink, or a nod, or a smile at just the right moment. It's about dusting somebody off, helping them back up again, and pointing them in the right direction. You need a hand? Yes, please. Now that's cool. The end. All right. 2 vocabulary words that I wanted to look at in here are, one of them is swagger. They use the word swagger in this story, and if somebody is swaggering, it's like they are trying to walk in a cool fashion. So they are trying to be cool and seem cool to other people. The second word I wanted to talk to you in that book for vocabulary is confidence. When somebody is confident, they are sure in their abilities. They have a can-do attitude and they know that they can do it. They're not questioning themselves. They're not saying, can I do this? They're just going into it saying, I can do this. I know how to do this and I'm just gonna do it. So when somebody is confident, they are very sure of themselves. They're not questioning if or if not they can do something. Next, I would like to talk about 2 questions I had about this book. 1, have you ever felt like the cool bean? So have you ever been super cool and everybody liked to talk to you and you were always the first person to be picked? And how did that feel? 2, have you ever felt like kind of an uncool bean? How did that make you feel? Were you confident when you felt like nobody really liked you? Did you act a different way if you felt like an uncool bean? And 3, how can you make other people feel like they're cool beans? Because in this story, the uncool bean, which he's just a normal bean, he's not uncool, but he feels uncool. When the cool beans were kind to him and nice in front of other people, he felt cool, which gave him confidence and the ability to turn around and make other people feel like that. So it just spread like a wave. So have you ever done something that has helped somebody else feel like a cool bean? Or has anybody else ever helped you feel like a cool bean? Well, that's all I wanted to talk to you about this very cool book. I'm glad you joined me today, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.